Hey Scorpio, what's up? Welcome to your guys' reading. Okay, so, which one do we want to start with today? I think I want to start with this deck. Then we'll grab an oracle. Let's look at the person you are connected with, how they are viewing you, feeling about you, what their intentions are towards you. Whoa. Okay. Huh. I wonder if your person like really likes structure, or maybe it's easy for them to kind of, I don't know, like fall apart or something. Without that, I don't know. That could also just mean that they kind of can pick themselves back up really easily. Like they have some kind of a method for that. They could be going through something right now. I wonder if there's kind of something that's really caught their focus. Okay, so how are they viewing you? Okay, well, they could think that you're stuck on something right now. Maybe you're being very independent, but it's almost like you're coming off as mature and independent and self-sufficient to them, but maybe there's this lack of coming together. Maybe there's some delayed plans, stuff like that. Okay. Well, I think that they're very open about how they talk about things, because it was really easy to get kind of their energy towards you. Okay. So I see something working itself out here. I like that. All right, sorry, I'm not really articulating what's going on in my mind, but I'm commenting on each of the steps of the process. I wonder if that is something that your person does, is like, you don't really know, they don't ask specific questions. They more so comment on like acknowledging different parts of your process, different parts of your processing, but maybe it kind of feels like there's not a whole lot of detail to them. Maybe they're like a big picture kind of person. Okay, tell me about this Six of Cups, for why they're viewing Scorpio as the Six of Cups in reverse. You know what is kind of missing from here is like, I don't know. I wonder if this person moves really fast or something. I almost feel like I just want to like stop and be in the moment. I wonder if maybe you're trying to do that yourself and you're finding a need to like pull back and kind of recenter for whatever reason. I think that they would like that about you, but I also think that you might sometimes feel like they skip over things or something like that. I'm not really sure where this is going. Okay, so clarifying the Six of Cups in the reverse is this Three of Wands. So Scorpio, how your person's viewing you right now is I think I need one more clarifier on it, because that can mean a couple different things. Ooh, I kind of want this one. What's this? And the Two of Wands. Okay, well, that clarifies it pretty well for me. So you're either looking at, You're taking a step back to assess what's going on with them specifically, and you're choosing to build with them, but you're like really taking it a step back. It's almost like you're looking at it almost like a contract where and I don't think you're being rigid about things, but I think that you're being thorough about, like, if something comes up or if something doesn't feel right, you're going back to maybe the last thing that you let get swept under the rug, or the last thing that you didn't really comment on but you had a feeling about regarding them. And then you're kind of like intentionally choosing to move forward with them after that. If that's not what you're doing, then how they're viewing you is reassessing whether or not you want to build with someone else. Like there's something else that maybe really makes you think twice about it. And I kind of get that you could be like looking over old text messages, or you could be kind of looking at like even your family history or different things like that. And from your creative space, we're getting really channeled here. Hold on. From your creative space, you're assessing if that person fits in your life. Now, maybe you are doing that with this person, but I see that ultimately you are choosing to build with them. I don't know how it's turning out. Well, we have a deck of cards in the hand. Let's maybe just use those. Okay, so how is that turning out if it's something that's not related to this particular relationship with Scorpio and their person? Ooh, and it feels like a harsh thing. Like maybe that's the thing where there's, where it feels like there's no presence to it. Like someone's skipping over a lot of little things, but meaningful things, you know? Okay, Scorpio, where are you at with it? Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so what this tells me is that if you are dealing with someone else right now, aside from the person that you're, you know, the person you're coming to this love reading asking about, I actually see that you're trying to cultivate a new start with them. So your energy might feel a little bit removed from your love interest right now because you are focusing on someone, maybe in your family. Maybe it's more of it could be a resource. It could be, you know, someone who affects your money in some way. It could be someone you're spending a lot of time with, but that, you know, there's some issues with. And it could be just someone from your family. The Pentacles, the Suit of Pentacles kind of gives me all of that energy. So you have some kind of a canceled date or something with this person. Maybe there's like an issue within their home or yours, or within their family or yours. I get that you're really not wanting anything harsh to come out. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so Scorpio, the way that they're viewing you is that they think that if you're going through something, they recognize that you, and I don't even know if it's them recognizing this. I actually think, Scorpio, this is more your energy recognizing it within yourself. I could be wrong there. Is that they could be recognizing that if you've pulled back from something, it's because you were not in the right frame of mind to like enjoy whatever that was. You were going through something, you were kind of like needing to restabilize. And so I think that clarifies that they would have understanding for you if you were wondering, or if you're like worried about something or feeling guilty about something. It seems like this person has a lot of patience for you. Also, if you're dealing with a Libra, welcome, or if you are a Libra, is that what I want to say? Welcome as a cross-watching Libra. I don't know. That's not for everybody, but this does seem like it could be ultimately the other person in Libra read, or you seem like that you could be this person. So, how they're viewing you is if you've canceled plans, they understand that the only reason why you would really cancel plans is because you're not feeling like yourself. I don't think they're taking that personally. If you guys had a disagreement or some kind of an imbalance there, or someone had some insecurities there, I get that they're being they're getting smoothed over pretty quickly, because we have the Magician next. So with the Magician, I keep forgetting that you want something gentle, and I keep like harshly shuffling my cards. And I almost wonder if that's something that's like a reoccurring theme, is that there's this like, maybe this person to you, Libra, kind of comes off, or Scorpio, sorry. Maybe this person, Scorpio, comes off as someone who can like be a little bit not insensitive like they're trying to be, but certain things, it's like you're very sensitive. And so certain things that they do can come off as a little bit like startling to you. And that is why you keep pulling back your energy. I wonder if you've like just met this person, or if this is still something new, because that does seem like, it seems like you're intentionally trying to build with them. And there is this kind of air of like, it's new, it's starting. The Magician is really like manifesting plans. The Fool is kind of like, you know, thinking about where everything could go. The Magician's really bringing something into fruition, like asking someone on a date or whatever. So it does seem like it's still pretty new energy. Clarify the Magician here. You could be going on a date with this person really soon. Maybe you guys are talking about, you know, working together as a team, solving some problems. Maybe you're helping each other get through some kind of family issues that both of you guys are having, or you're some kind of respite for that for each other. The Eight of Wands clarifying the Magician. So that's pretty good energy. I think they're seeing you as ultimately, like, there might be some bumps, but ultimately you're giving them really strong, like, I want to build with you energy. That's how they're viewing this. And I think that they're really taking that and running with it. Something in their higher wisdom. And I feel like we just got into the groove of the reading. And here it is, like 20, or not 20 minutes, you know, 12 minutes into the reading. And it's like we're finally getting somewhere. So maybe this is like a really slow burn. And it finally feels like there's been all this intentionality around, you know, kind of slowly cultivating this, and now things are picking up a little bit more and feel more natural and intuitive, and almost like you guys are both on the same page and you're able to talk about that now. But before, it was almost like you knew what you wanted, but you didn't really know if this person was going to give it to you. They might not have really reciprocated their own kind of higher wisdom of intentionally walking towards you with that full-bodied, full picture, long-term thing. But now it kind of looks like they're really open about that, and I think verbally they're open about that. So with the Eight of Wands clarifying the Magician, the mission, maybe this person used to be like a missionary or something, or maybe they have like a mission statement for something that they're involved in. I don't know. Why does mission, it's like maybe they've got like Spanish roots, or maybe there's I just pictured like adobo, what is it, like the like brick houses and stuff. What am I thinking of? Would it be like adobe or adobo? Which one's the food? Okay, anyways, there might be some, I almost want to say like some southern roots or some, but that would just be in reference to where I'm at in the world. So that's not going to apply to everyone. I'm getting kind of like maybe a Latin, Spanish, or a Southern vibe. So maybe that's in reference to where you're at. I'm also kind of getting this message of like, don't get too hung up on the details. So it's like you might be someone who's very aware of the details, but you don't want to get too hung up on them. And I think that maybe you're wondering if this person even sees details like that, and then they would show you that they do by how they build with you. It's kind of a strange side message, but there it is. So they have a lot of like inspired action to come towards you. There's a lot of, there's a deep desire within them to come towards you, because I think that you're finally showing them that you are wanting that too. You guys could be really mirroring each other, like mirroring the crap out of each other. Like you guys might as well just walk around with a mirror with each other and then just hold it up when the other's talking. And like you don't need a lot of coming to acceptance, coming to see the other person's side, like needing to review your own personal views and personal goals. There seems to be a very kindred energy here, where you just need clarification. It's like that's the root of how you see this person, because you guys are very, very similar. You guys might even work in the same line of, like you might even be in the same line of work, or your hobbies might surround yourselves around like service to others, or like something where you both have a desire, a willpower to give to others, something that you just naturally cultivate in yourself, that for me is an unspoken thread of this connection. But for each of you guys, it's almost like it's who you are at your core. So how I'm reading that is like there's this underlining kind of vein here that's really saying like, I'm intentional as a person, and I protect that. I'm never not going to be intentional. That's how I'm going to move forward. And so I think that both of you guys have that same kind of understanding. And then suddenly the shuffle doesn't really matter anymore. So that's kind of interesting, is like, I wonder if you get over this hump of needing to like do some sort of checks and balances with each other, check in, clarify, and then find the relief that, okay, this person is a safe person for me. And then what it really looks like is that you're hitting a point, maybe this is very recently, like within the past week, where you guys are hitting this point where you're like, okay, we're going to build together. Maybe there's some kind of a commitment happening. There's also this like letting go of perfectionism, letting go of things needing to be a certain way so that you feel safe. It's kind of like there's been some kind of safety established, or there's been something added in here that removes your anxiety from it. And then bottom of the deck over here, you have Hierophant. So maybe there's something that they're seeing about you that has a non-traditional approach to relationship. Maybe that means that you don't want to get married. Maybe that means that you've had kind of some difficulty. Sorry if it's having a difficulty focusing. I feel like that's me and my energy right now. And not so much my cameras. I know that sounds silly to say, but maybe they see that you don't want to get married, or you don't want to have a traditional approach to marriage. Like maybe the gender roles are not set in stone. Maybe there's not a breadwinner versus like a homemaker. Maybe there's not one person who takes care of the kids. It's like a very shared effort. It could also just be that you don't want like, there's something about legal things that don't work well for a marriage situation or something like that. Just a non-traditional approach. And then it's kind of following though up with this energy of responsibility. So I think that the energy that you're giving them, Scorpio, that they seem like they're finding acceptance for. Maybe they're still mulling this over. Let me actually see. Oh, maybe they don't really, I don't know. Maybe they don't really know what to do with this. Yeah. I think a challenge that could come up kind of in the near future, and I wouldn't worry about this because I do think that you guys both have the energy of being able to talk it out. I just think a challenge that could come up for both of you is trying to figure out if maybe... focus. Okay. That's a clear message for me, saying that the challenge coming up in the near future might be that one of you guys is really set on giving, being responsible in this, being dedicated, being generous within this relationship. And that's like, you will be, or, well, and now that I say you, maybe it is you. But one of you guys is going to be dedicated as if you're married, even if there's some kind of view or some kind of hesitancy against marriage or a traditional approach to things, or like spirituality in general. Maybe one person's really religious and the other person isn't. I still see that person, the person who is, like having the non-traditional approach to it. I still see that person really pushing forward and like giving this their all. And that maybe if that becomes a focus, that the love that you guys have for each other might kind of come in and out of you. And so it's like when there's kind of this other energy in the picture, it's like it's hard to focus on one or the other. But then if you kind of can see that, see this dynamic for what it is, maybe that's kind of where you find a lot more freedom within it and like flow within it. I think I just realized I'm going to move this down a little bit because I'm pretty sure that it's trying to pick up on that picture on my fridge, and that might be what the lack of focus is. It's a picture of my kid, so I wonder if one of you guys has a kid that really needs a lot of that focus, or there's some kind of a non-traditional thing about that. And one person is really like, sorry, I still have to really be here for this. Maybe that's both of you guys in some way, is you have these responsibilities outside of each other, but I wonder if maybe this relationship is more acting as like a respite from that. It's like it's like you can do things together, but it's like there's really two adults connecting here, you know? And I think maybe that could just be the tone of your relationship right now, and maybe that's just what you're needing, you know? If that's kind of what's at your doorstep. And if that's the way that this flows and works. So I wonder if there is something going on where one of you or both of you is having kind of this difficulty with a family member or with responsibility, holding so much responsibility in your life. And this relationship is really like the part of the loving part of this relationship is that it fills up your cup to like let you go back and do that thing you need to do. You know what I want to do before I pull your energy towards them, Scorpio, is I want to get an oracle, because I do feel like when you spend a lot of energy looking, like assessing yourself, you might be doing that recently a lot. And I do feel the need to break up that energy with some like uplifting energy. So that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, you have Taurus, cultivate. If anyone's wondering, you guys have Vesta, hearth on the bottom. Come on, buddy. Why would it think that my elbow? Oh, because there's like no faces in it. I don't know. Why is it doing that? What would help focus? Maybe this is something that would help focus. you could be looking at the clock a lot. Like, you could be anticipating something, or maybe someone here has some kind of ADHD and like there's something coming up and it's hard to focus on anything but that thing, you know? So maybe you came to a reading and you're like, I'll just pass the time this way. Like instead of picking up a chore or going back to whatever this responsibility is or something. Taurus asks you to hold still, dig in, grow roots, and strengthen over time. Yeah, immediately I get the message of like, Scorpio, you might feel kind of uncomfortable with like how much you've been assessing yourself lately, and you might kind of feel like you're overdoing it. I think you're doing just fine. I think you're doing the right amount of assessing, but you guys are kind of that sign of extremes. So it's making me think that you're probably going into a time where you're going to be highly assessing yourself, analyzing, maybe self-critical, but then having this person in your life to really balance that out with like a ton of joy, a ton of respite, a ton of clarity. It's like all the things you can't get in these other situations in your life. There's something about love that brings that in. Manifest in a practical way. Signified by a bull standing in its field, Taurus rules the neck and voice. Its purpose is to bring life into matter through growing wildflowers and crops, through our muscular strength and the sensual potential of our bodies, and through the solidness of our material resources. The sun shines here April 21st through May 20th. Work with the metaphor of gardening. Plow the grounds, plant the seeds, nurture the crops with water and fertilizer, and protect those crops from predation. Take your breaks and drink your water. That's more a message for me, but maybe someone out there benefits from hearing that too. Grow roots rather than travel. Investigate what concrete form your project should take and the next practical steps in that direction. Appreciate the senses. Notice what you see, smell, hear, feel, and taste. Use the senses to be in the present moment and let time flow by. Cuddle and feed. In a relationship, listen to both the signals of body chemistry and the practicalities of your life to give it a fertile field. Cultivate your garden. Like a slowly growing flower basking in the sun, find contentment in this moment. Okay, I'm getting some messages that I need to say because I know I'm going to forget them. Whoever this other person is in your life, that could be like your family member or something that you have decided to grow and build with, that I think is outside of this person, Scorpio. There's a lot that goes into it and it's exhausting and overwhelming, but it's something you've decided you want to commit to. And you might be looking for a commitment back from that person when maybe contentment is better found there, just within yourself. I wonder if this person is unable to give you a commitment. I don't really think it's the person, your love interest, that's unable to give you a commitment. I think it might be somebody in your life that you really care about, but maybe you're having some problems with. And there's something about you that wants to build with them, but when you think about building with them, it feels scatterbrained. It feels like it's not going anywhere. It feels like you just get tangled up in some kind of a web and then you have to recover from it. And I think that what the whole reading has told me so far is basically that your love interest is someone who can be your rock through you. What's the right word? Cultivating or redesigning this specific relationship in your life. Maybe you're making a plan to hang out with them weekly. Maybe you're making a plan to put up your boundaries and guard your energy, but still try to have fun with that person, or still try to connect with them or help them, be responsible for them in some way. I think that leaning into that plan and doing whatever it is that helps you lean into it, even if it pulls your energy away from your love interest, I think that's what you're doing right now, or what you might be feeling your energy wants to go towards, but it's exhausting because you don't know if you have the commitment energy for everything. I think what it's just telling me is like your relationship and mending that relationship or building that other relationship, whatever that is outside of that, like those are the two most important things in your life right now. And that this person, your love interest, is absolutely going to support you in that. So you don't have to like feel like you have to pull yourself away from that in order to be with that person, or you don't feel like you have to skirt through and not listen to your intuition and when to set a boundary and when you need a break and all of that stuff when you're like dealing with that other person, which might be like a baby or like, yeah, it might be like a kid. I just kind of, that popped into my mind. I think that's all I wanted to say so far. Like a slowly growing flower basking in the sun, find contentment in this moment. Yeah, and it's like, do that everywhere you're at. There's time and space to do that. And then there's someone who can help you process it. Explore the roots of the situation. Ask what feeds this idea or what feeds your soul. If you're feeling pushed about, sit, hold still, grow roots, and let the storm pass over you. Don't hurry. Play the long game as you plant and tend your crops. Taurus excess can lead you to mistake stubbornness for strength, or look for spiritual and emotional answers in the material world. There will never be enough stuff to fill an emotional void. Sensuality is a Taurus gift, but sex alone will not fulfill a desire for love. Clarify your hunger. Everything that surrounds you is made up of matter, and the word matter comes from the Latin word mater, or mother. Taurus connects you to the sacred Earth Mother Gaia herself, this physical vessel who holds spirit in the body, in the plants, and in the earth beneath us. There's a song coming through that's like, it's a Noah Kahan song. Okay, so there's a song by Noah Kahan, Kahan, if you want to look it up, called Everywhere Everything. And I'm not going to sing it because one day I'll feel confident enough to do that. But basically it goes, I want to love you till we're food for the worms to eat, till our fingers decompose, keep my hand in yours. And it's like a really earthy, like, love song. That's kind of the energy I'm getting of you and your connection with this person. I almost called you Taurus. Sorry. Scorpio. How does Scorpio view this person? Show me what's going on. Okay. I'm also kind of getting, maybe when you're thinking about it too much, you kind of like overlook this person sometimes, or you have the tendency to be like, it's like if you're moving too fast, you miss all the magic of this person. But then like in the moments that you're super intentional with them, it feels like really good things come out of that. Like you're more able to like love the parts of them that need love, and you're more able to like revel in the parts of them that inspire you. Okay. So Scorpio, right now I don't get a great feeling around this connection with this person that you're feeling, but I get a good connection with that from them towards you. So let's look you're viewing this person as kind of like going through something that is very solo. It's a solo mission. You're viewing this person as someone who is very strong-willed and determined, but like it would be nice if they asked for help every once in a while. It'd be nice if they could kind of like let you in. And it's almost like maybe they have this MO about them where they like fight for what they think is right, or they have that kind of fight in them. And again, keep in mind, you guys might be mirroring each other. So you might be having this energy towards whatever this other person is in your life. I just need to put that out there because I think that the way that you end up loving this person is showing you a lot of like a good way to like love yourself through your situation that you're going through outside of this. I think that sometimes it's almost like maybe you feel like this person doesn't really ask for a lot of help, and that they have to kind of bear this weight of the world or responsibility on their shoulders and their shoulders alone, when there's other people who like would love to step in and help this person because of who they are, because they're so open, because they're so willing, because they're so wonderful. I kind of get that you're feeling like this person is trying to do something alone that you really want to support them in. But it's almost like they're not talking about it. They're kind of hiding it. Nines in the tarot really indicate like this energy of going through something alone. So it's almost like where you might be, sorry, I just caught a glimpse of my arm and I'm like, you know how sometimes you like see a part of your body in a camera or a mirror and you're like, what the F? Like, oh, it's so interesting how like our bodies age and change and everything. So yeah, I kind of see, and maybe that's one of this person's insecurities or something, but I wonder if maybe you're recognizing that they just have this strong willpower and it feels like a strength, or it feels like they present it as a strength, but when you read their energy, it feels like they need help. Like it feels like they would do good with help, you know, where you kind of understand that. And maybe they're still getting to that. Why the Three of Wands in the reverse, the Star in the reverse, and you have the Star in the reverse here too. So maybe this person is going through something that they've been stuck in for a while. It's like not making a move to cut something out, but like still understanding that there is a certain burden there. Maybe that could be a relationship or something that they hoped had gone differently. There could also be someone transitioning around this person. I don't really know what that means beyond that, but with the Star in the reverse twice and this Death in the reverse, it's all, maybe there is someone like really struggling around your person. And it's something's coming to an end there. And they have to, I think that you're seeing your person, Scorpio, as someone who has to help that person. Sorry, I'm going to rush this part because I do have an appointment in 5 minutes. But if I could stay in these readings all day, I would. But we know damn well that is not possible. It's not like I haven't tried. So, okay, lack of direction, lack of passion. So it's like these person's kind of coming off as exhausted, and I almost feel like, is your person like an only child, or do they feel like they do things as an only child? Like there's something heavy about this person's energy where it's almost like maybe you're like, therapy would be great. You know, like you would feel so much better understanding that these things are normal, like what you're going through, your reaction to your life circumstances, to what's going on, like those things are also normal. And there are people who want to step in and support you in ways that work for you. It's almost like maybe this person hasn't heard that a lot, you know? That's it. It doesn't feel like it's, I'm asking what this person's energy is towards you. Oh, you know what? I'm asking what your energy is towards them. I was going to say, If I'm asking what this person's energy is towards you, it feels like it's actually their energy towards things in their life. But it makes more sense because this is your understanding of them. This is how you're viewing them, and what's going on with you, or like with your interpretation of them. And you are viewing them as pulling back, and maybe that's pulling back from you, but I think you would also see the other things in their life that are taking that. Don't take on the pullback as if it's towards you. I think that's a big message here. Don't take on their pulled back energy as if it's towards you. They have other things that they need to deal with, and I think specifically they need to learn to detach from. And their energy towards you isn't supposed to be the escape from that. It's almost like their reward is for dealing with it is to come towards you in this loving energy. This is a really wild reading, I'm not gonna lie. 3 of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, so this could be some kind of a divorce, a heartbreak, a moment where they're really realizing, like, what I had hoped for, I'm not fighting for that anymore. Maybe they're letting go of someone. Maybe someone is letting go of life, or, like, it feels disheartening either way. It feels like it's really difficult. It's kind of like that energy of breaking your heart because it's just kind of going to go downhill. If it's someone else that they don't have control over, like the other person can't control those things within themselves, like maybe it's a mental illness, maybe it's a medical thing, maybe it's just end of life, something like that. It's just like it's something that they know is coming, and they're bracing for it, and they're trying to be in it. And it's almost like they're doing what I think you want to do with this other person, is like be in it. But I think your situation, it actually grows. I think their situation's ending. And but it's almost like you don't want to come off the way that they're maybe coming off to you, but it's like you have there's this grace to go through it yourself. And I think that's really what that message wants to say. And then we end up at the Hierophant in the reverse again. So there's some delay of coming together in some kind of like lockstep spiritual or traditional or institutional way, like through marriage or connecting spiritually consistently. There's something just different about this. And that's what I see for you guys. I'm going to leave it there. I've got to go do something. So we will look into Sagittarius next. All right, I'll catch you guys in another video. Bye.